Now, turning to the politics of the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a scathing attack on his political opponents. This has happened a day after the government of Bihar released the findings of their caste survey. Now, Rahul Gandhi and his allies of the India bloc, they've repeatedly stressed on the need for a caste survey in a bid, of course, to target the BJP's OBC vote bank. Now, the Prime Minister has hit back. He's challenged the Congress to clear its stand, asking if a person's caste is now going to define their rights on resources. This is what he said.
ये कांग्रेस के नेता कहते हैं जितनी आबादी उतना हक। मैं कहता हूं इस देश में अगर सबसे बड़ी कोई आबादी है तो वो आबादी गरीब है और इसलिए मेरे लिए गरीब ही सबसे बड़ी आबादी है और गरीब का कल्याण यही मेरा मकसद है। मैं सोच रहा था कि पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन सिंह जी क्या सोच रहे होंगे। भारत के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन सिंह जी तो कहा करते थे कि देश के संसाधनों पर पहला हक माइनॉरिटी का है, अल्पसंख्यकों का है और उसमें भी मुसलमानों का है। अब कांग्रेस कह रही है कि आबादी तय करेगी कि पहला हक किसका होगा। यानी क्या अब अल्पसंख्यकों का हक कांग्रेस कम करना चाहती है क्या? और आबादी के ही हिसाब से ही अब तय होने वाला है तो पहला हक किसका होगा भाई? किसका होगा? आबादी किसकी ज्यादा है? किसका हक होगा? जरा कांग्रेस वाले स्पष्टता करें, क्या आबादी के हिसाब से हक मिलेगा क्या?
That's what the Prime Minister has said, and perhaps we need to decode what is happening politically speaking. It could have immense ramifications in the outcome of the 2024 general elections. To help us do that, political commentator Sanjeev Srivastav is with us. Sanjeev, great to have you with us this evening. Do tell us, in your opinion, how indicative is the Bihar caste survey of the route that the opposition is taking to tackle the BJP's own strategy? And yes, by way of what Rahul Gandhi as a strategy has come out with, by way of this slogan that the Prime Minister was just speaking on.
See, the issue of caste census, which the INDIA India Alliance has raised and has been raising consistently for the past few months, at least in their view and in the opinion of a lot of commentators, that can be a game changer. And it can also be a very effective tool to checkmate the BJP, which is largely going to face the elections 2024 back on its, of course, development, Prime Minister's charisma, but largely on its Hindutva vote bank and Hindutva issue. And the opposition, rightly or wrongly, thinks that the only way to combat Hindutva is caste. So then once, if you break the Hindus into a number of castes, then that is an effective checkmate to the BJP. Of course, there is the progressive side to the caste census, the affirmative action, really knowing which community has how much representation in the population and trying to figure out the best way to help them. But I think right now, as it comes in the run-up to the 2024 elections, both sides are looking more at the political end of the spectrum as far as the caste census is concerned. And I think Prime Minister Modi has again thrown a googly because he knows if he really gets into the caste quagmire, then there is a problem for the BJP. So he has come up with this, that what is the biggest abadi, what is the biggest population? That is the poor. So Hindutva checkmate according to opposition, caste. According to BJP, the checkmate of caste is to create a constituency of the poor, which of course is the largest constituency. So we are going to see this game play out during the next few months. But like one of the premier newspapers has said in its editorial this morning, this is a game which should be very delicately calibrated and carefully thought out, because we don't want the caste tensions and the Mandal kind of situation erupting again on the streets of India, as it happened during VP Singh's time and when Mandal came into fore, late 80s, early 90s. So this time, yes, the progressive part is good. Yes, to know the accurate situation on the ground is good and welcome, and everybody is entitled to their politics to it. But let us not fan any kind of passions which may further create problems for our body politic and society.
Sanjeev, you said this could be a game changer. Effectively, how will it change the game? As far as the change is concerned, the markets and India Inc. typically look for political stability when they place the outlook against strategy for their investments. Does this development on the political front cast a shadow of doubt over the outcome of the general elections next year?
See, we are going into a national election and everybody has the right to put their best foot forward and hope for the best outcome for them. So yes, while a lot of people right now think and believe that the outcome of election 2024 is a foregone conclusion and the Prime Minister will come back at the helm of a BJP or NDA government at the center, obviously the opposition doesn't think like that, and there are reasons for them not to believe that. So their best case scenario or their best tool or weapon, as whatever we may like to call, to combat BJP's agenda, Prime Minister's charisma and the Hindu card, is to come up with the caste card. Now, a number of states, especially Bihar, most of all, where already there were issues in the run-up after Nitish Kumar walked out of NDA. See, the NDA got 39 out of 40 seats, if I remember right, last time around in 2019. Now, with the caste combination firmly perched, stacked against the BJP, and now this caste consensus coming up further, will it lead to problems for the BJP? And ultimately, if 3 or 4 states get into this issue on a caste basis, and there are other issues in states like Maharashtra, West Bengal, Karnataka, where the BJP lost, a lot of analysts actually feel that 2024 is an open election. So India Inc. may think what they may. Their wish list may be whatever it is, which is fine. They are entitled to have. You all know stability is good for markets, good for economy, good for progress. But elections, that way the opposition should just concede the election that the stability should continue.
So everybody thought through, because you said it's very important, Sanjeev, that the opposition thinks this through well. How thought through do you think is this strategy right now? How much of the benefits, perhaps, of how the opposition views this strategy is going to be evident in the outcome of the state elections, the assembly elections, and how much would they further back it up with the economics to this caste census?
So the Indian markets suffered their biggest fall when Vajpayee was defeated in the UPA government came in and the biggest fall was because Sitaram Yechury's statement when he said that we'll close down the divestment ministry. And then the stock markets had their best run also in UPA 1. So the markets and economy has their own momentum. I don't think after a particular point, India's story will be railed or derailed or go off the track or remain on the track just because A party remains in power and B party comes. At the end of the day, everybody will work, I think, for the development of the country. Their ways may be different, their means may be different. So, and I did not say that the opposition should work around or be more careful about their strategy. Everybody should be conscious about the implications of a caste census and how not to raise the temperature on this issue beyond a point. Not just the opposition, but also the ruling party. Because when caste census was released in Patna yesterday, Mr. Giriraj Singh, minister from BJP, also came up with a statement which may not have gone down well with the apologists of the caste.
Right.
So the Hindutva has its own ramifications, plus and minus. So will caste. We need to, as Indians and as sensitive and sensible people, hopefully, need to reconcile these issues in the best manner possible to take the country forward, rather than take us backwards.
Well, that's a hope, Sanjeev. Thanks very much for joining us with your perspective on what is clearly a political firestorm, and we'll see exactly how it pans out from here. Thanks for joining us.